Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about lighting. So let's get started. So for today's video, really all I want to do is just kind of talk about some different lighting options, both natural light, also lighting from a light like this. What's the benefit? Do I need something like this in order to light my subject or light my scene or whatever I'm wanting to do? Is it necessary? Do I have to invest a lot of money, or can I get by with just a little? The different temperatures of lighting, also how to set up just kind of maybe a standard lighting setting. Just kind of show you how I would do it. Doesn't mean it's the right way, but just kind of what goes through my mind when I am setting something up like that. So let's get started. So when it comes to understanding lighting, first you have to understand the Kelvin temperature color scale. And really what this is it's your indicator whether you have a warm light, which would be more like 3200 Kelvin, or a white light, or something that's kind of more daylight. So when you are lighting something, you want to be aware of that temperature scale. So that would be the first thing, understand that scale. So the second thing you'll want to be aware of is what lighting do you have around you in the space that you're recording. For instance, I have this great light, natural light coming through this window. So to set up right here gives me just the light that I need to make this shot work. If I didn't have this natural window, perhaps this whole room didn't have any windows at all, then I'd want to probably use something like this in order to light my face and get the lighting that I want. And there's many different ways to use that lighting. It doesn't always have to be your direct light for your subject. It could be a motivating light in the background. You want maybe some rim lighting from a natural source, from a window, to come behind, and then you want to fill in from the front with a light like this. So it really is a creative part of putting a video together, using the lighting that's available to you to create mood, how you want your subject to be seen and lit. So have fun with it, be creative, have a plan and have motivation as to why you're lighting a scene a certain way or a subject a certain way that tells the story or furthers the story that you're trying to communicate. All right, so I had to reshoot this part of the video because I want it to be a little more of a tutorial rather than just me explaining the lighting scene that I came up with. I want to go through a couple of lighting scenarios for a talking head, something like this that I might do for YouTube, like I'm doing right now. And you would look at this and you say, this is really a horrible lighting situation. Now I'm going to do something a little different. I got my 120D here. I'll go ahead and turn that on. So now all of a sudden I do have a front fill light, and actually I can adjust this here just a smidge to be on me. So now I have a good front fill. I also have my natural light that can work as kind of a backlight to my shoulders, separating me from the background. So this is a really nice shot, not anything that's amazing, but it's nice, and this would work, and I would definitely use something like this. However, what if I want it to be a little more moody, a little more controlled with my lights? Well, what I could do is I could get rid of this natural light. So I will turn that down, and now I have a space that is a bit more controlled, a little more moody perhaps. If I wanted to do a little more serious interview or talk, maybe I'd want to control it this way. And then I have a light back here that I can turn on, so I can now change the atmosphere even more. give a little practical light back there that gives a little more mood. So now I have a little reflection off the ceiling. And something that I do want to point out here is we do have an issue to where my fill light is actually spilling onto our ceiling. I'm in an attic up here, and so the roof kind of moves like this, and that's what you're seeing back here. It's white. So what I could do is I could take one of these flags and I could actually put it up here, and I'm just going to hold it up here so you can see what it can do. But I can take away all of that overspill if I would want to, and put that on a stand. That's an option, and that would then give me a lot more separation from the background, as well as really making that practical light pop a little more in the darkness. So that is an option. So something else that I could do if I wanted to take it even to another level is, this is okay, but it's kind of dull. It's, you know, even if I put this up here and I got rid of, you know, all the shadows back there, it really, there's just a lot of dead space over here. And outside of that light and the bookshelf, it's kind of dead over here. And so there's just a lot of space that could use kind of a visual pick-me-up, if you will. And so the perfect thing for that is, I love these nanotube lights. I believe that's what they call them, lights. And put one right over here in the corner. Now all of a sudden, not only do I have, and I can put myself kind of in the middle here, but not only do I have a nice practical light, now I have this nice fill light over here that just adds a pop of color. So you can see immediately how this kind of brightens and brings a new element to the scene. Just by putting one pop of color, it really kind of adds some interest to the shot. So this is how I might do one of my talking heads as in my video. You could even then bring back the natural light, and everything gets washed out a bit, but you still have a little bit of color in the dark areas. You still have the light back there, that's cool. So you could go for this look, or you could go for this look. Both are awesome options. So hopefully that was helpful for you. I know even going through this for me was helpful in realizing how many different ways I could set up kind of a talking head shot to where it's not always the same and not always boring. So there you go.